Welcome back, Founding Champions. Welcome back. We're here. You are a Founding Champion too. And today, I've got some great news. I have got some outstanding news. So, if you've noticed, I've got a new camera, and I might sound a little different in the audio. I've did a slight upgrade, just a small upgrade, just to make it a little more bearable. Barely small upgrade. So this does cost money. It costs about $100 setup. Got a Logitech, HD 180p, and a blue mic, one of those blue snowballs. You know what I mean? So without further ado, I'm gonna get right into the topic of this video, which is death. Death rises again. Unfortunately, I don't think that Death Risen is ever going to be a deck until, maybe never, but until at least set 2 comes out. Death is going to be the #1 deck, in my opinion, when Destruction is fully out of the way. So this is my little prediction video. I think that the changes coming to Destruction are going to be so heavy-handed. So heavy-handed, the second wave of changes is going to be so heavy-handed that Death will be able to just completely ignore the fact that they can just get one-shotted out of the play, right out of the game, and be able to defeat every other deck. And I will go into more depth now on why I believe that. So, Destruction completely out of the way. Let's completely disregard. It's going to be not much of a deck. Okay, how does Death defeat Order? Well, Death is dealing quite a bit of damage. It has 2 distinct damage abilities that, with like an Abhorrent Ghoul King, is going to do 4 damage apiece, or just not running it at all. And then also having the Freakish Crypt Horrors, rotating the Crypt Ghouls. It's just such a good combo. It's synergy that the Order players really can't rely on. Order players also need a lot of the units to do its damage. So you can build an Order deck just to beat Death specifically, but it's going to be difficult. You're going to need a lot of Protector Primes. You're going to need the Divine Vengeance. Those are the best cards against Death, is because Death is going to be playing cards that they have a lot of removal in their deck. Okay, they don't have a lot of sweeper removal like Destruction does in the Sweeping Gorgrunna, but they have a lot of removal. They have the Feasting Vargeist, that Vargeist, not Feasting Vargeist. Feasting Vargeist is the one that gains you life and draws cards. But they have the Vargeist. They have the normal removal spell like usual, and then they have those. If you're playing vampires, they have that vampire removal spell that gains you 6 life. I just forgot the name. As I turned the camera on, I can't remember. So, but they have those cards, and they have those cards available to them. They have Charging Black Knight, so they have a huge repertoire of not destruction cards, but kill cards, kill spells, just cards that kill other cards. So Order is going to have a hard time. They've got 2 sets of cards that are really good against them, but pretty much everything else in the deck isn't that good against Death. Just really not that good. So next up is Chaos. I thought Chaos was going to be the top #1. It is pretty high, but because Destruction is still running around a little rampant, and it's still pretty much the best deck at the moment, even with Watchanter and Cruising for Bruising being banned. That Destruction is still the best deck, but I think with Destruction moving out of the way, Death will be able to overtake Chaos. Now, before Chaos, and currently Chaos has the Outrageous Battle Lust, or whatever it's called, that when you're at 15 life points or less, your cards in that area, in that lane, do 3 extra damage. And then they have the Unrivaled Battle Lust. I don't know, these card names are pretty similar, where you do everything in every lane does 3 extra damage, does 1 damage to yourself, and that turn after that does 2 extra damage to everything in your lanes, and then 2 damage to everything in your lanes, and then 1 damage to yourself. So now the way Death gets around those cards is just by gaining so much life. Just gaining tons and tons of life. And Death can do that pretty well handedly. So they have the removal spell that gains 6 life. You've got the Freakish Crypt Horror that's going to gain you 3 life. You've got the Feasting Vargeist that's going to gain you 2 life. you have access still to Mystic Shield, completely, locking down your opponent for one turn. Not locking down, soft lock, just reducing 2 damage from everything. That can just reduce just so much damage coming at you. And that Mystic Shield is going to protect you while their stuff continues to hurt them. And the way death is being run now is it's just like, does it gain me life or does it deal damage to you or kill things? So, you're getting hit by direct damage spells, direct damage abilities, and you're getting hit by, just they have a unit that does lock down a lane. It's one of those Mordant units. This death can do a lot of damage, surprisingly, and they can close a gap really, really quick. So if they're at like 30 life, okay, you've already dealt them 10 damage, and they're still at 30, and then you flip over your blessing to do lots of damage, and they go Mystic Shield. Well, that blessing you needed to just straight up kill the death player is no longer going to help you. And you're just taking so much damage from your own stuff. Now, my chaos deck, I tried to mitigate the amount of damage one does to themselves, but there's still a lot of cards in there that's going to do a lot of damage to yourself, especially if you're one of the players playing like Wanton Destruction. I don't personally play that card, but there's people that do, and they're going to take, 4 damage straight to the dome to deal 14, and your opponent's just going to be like, well, I'm going to play everything gains life, Mystic Shield just in time, so it's just not going to be quite as good. It's just that Chaos is needing to turbo quest, right? They need to turbo quest, but then when they do, it's just like hitting the pillow. So that's the state of the game for the meta moving forward, in my opinion. Chaos just isn't going to be able to do it. They're just not going to be able to cut it. And then with Destruction completely pushed out of the way, it's going to give rise to Death. So I think Death is going to rise again. It's just going to be a powerful force moving forward. Now, by the way I upload this video, I'm not going to have a link to my Death deck lists, but you can see my other videos, and I'm going to put those links in the comment section. So if you need a list, you can look into the comment section, and then maybe a day after this video goes up, and then you'll be able to see what lists I'm talking about, and you can try them out for yourself. Maybe play test against your buddies, or send me a request. You can play against me. I can play the Chaos list, or you can play Chaos. I think the Chaos versus Death matchup is going to be the biggest one to play test, in my opinion. I don't think Order is really quite going to make it. But if you're thinking of an Order list that is just like, okay, I just want to beat Death. That's all I want to do. You're going to want to fit, your Vora Star Strike in there. You're going to want to fit 3 of those Protector Primes. You're going to fit at least, Vengeance is going to need to be in the list. Either 1 or 2 of those basic cards. They're going to have to be in there. So, guys, I do want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Together we are the 5th Grand Alliance, which just means we are the community that gets together and thinks about good ways to have some good old fun, defeat those good decks out there, or just play the good deck. Whatever is fun for you, and thanks for watching.